everyone, welcome to IND 1100 week 3. So this week you are moving into, you're finishing up chapter 2 with Egyptian design, and you're also going to be reading chapter 3, which is African design. Sorry guys, I have a cold, I'm a little out of it, so these videos you'll probably get a good laugh out of. So last week you got a chance to learn about prehistoric design and start ancient Mesopotamia and the Persian Empire. So now we're going to develop a little further into Egyptian design, which still influences us today, and it's very unique, and a lot of really great things have come out of it, and colors and hieroglyphics and the pyramids and just really monumental structures. So I hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of information, but it's a very interesting chapter. So take the time to read it. You'll notice in the week 3 folder that you'll also see the vocabulary sheets like you saw last week, as well as a folder that contains Egyptian links. And basically, these are websites that I've found and located for you to kind of help reinforce some of the concepts that we're talking about or you're learning about in the textbooks, just to kind of give you something to visually look at. I always try to add to this information, so if I add anything else to it, I'll let y'all know. But just don't forget that this is week 3, so your assignment 1 is going to be due, which is by September 19th by midnight, that you have to submit that through Blackboard. And then you're also completing quiz 2 this week. So this will be your chance to do that. Just remember, you have one chance to take it. If you ever have any problems or anything, you just have to let me know. Don't wait for me to go trying to look through the grade book to kind of determine if there was a problem or not. So I just recommend not waiting until the last night or Sunday night at like 11:30 to start those, because that's inevitably when a problem happens, and technically you're running late and you have to wait for me to reset, etc., etc. So try to get to these a little bit earlier in the week so that if there's any issues that I can check it and fix it ahead of time, because I'm not always online on the weekends on a regular basis so that I can respond if something were to happen. So just remember, if y'all have any questions, I'm available by phone, office hours, or email, and I'll be more than happy to answer. And hopefully next week I'll be feel a little better, and this won't be quite so jumbled. So I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. Week you can run them by me, bring them with you, and I'll look at whatever you've got saved or found in your research. Now, the first concept handout, it's going to have a lot of writing. It's going to look like this, and it's going to tell you the difference between a problem statement, a concept statement, and a design statement. Design statements come after a concept statement. We're not writing these right now, the design statement. Those we'll do at the end of the semester after you've designed the project. Concept statement is what you're planning to do, what your ideas are, and that can always change and evolve, where a design statement is what you actually ended up doing for your design. So those will come later, but as you flip through, it's hard to see on the camera and stuff, but go through this, and it really explains like what a concept is, the elements and principles of design. This is really where you should be using these vocabulary words you learned in the very beginning of the program. We want y'all to see y'all using them and really expressing them in your statements. And there's some good examples here to kind of help explain exactly what I'm talking about. And if there's one thing that I can really emphasize with a design concept is a concept is not a theme. And you'll read that in these handouts. It's not meant to be a superficial idea. For example, let's say nautical. When we think of nautical, there's lots of different ways to do this type of concept. Many of them could be a basic one, what that would be considered a theme would be to pick red, blue, and yellow with white accents, throw that all over the furniture or white furniture, and do a border around the half wall or on the ceiling, and you've got a nautical theme. So that's really easy to do, but it's also very superficial, and not as much thought goes into that. It can date itself, and it's not really embracing the idea of the project. So if, say, for example, if you're wanting a nautical theme, not really goes with this project since we're based in Portland and different things, but if you're wanting a nautical theme, how would we do that in a more grown-up, more conceptual way? Well, what about the nautical theme intrigues you? Is it the boats? Is it the shape of the boats? The mast? Is it driftwood? where we could take the textures of woods and different things, and the color of the woods. Is it the textures of seagrass, of different stuff like that you want to incorporate? Is it just the idea of water? So just taking it and deconstructing it, which is really what your design concept board is going to be. So that handout you're going to find in the week 2 folder, so please make sure you're clicking there. You'll notice there's 2 files attached. The first one will be, looks like this, if that you can see. It says design concept and material finish boards, and it's due Tuesday, September 21st. You're going to bring this to class. You're going to present them to your classmates. It can be on an 11 by 17 board. I will say, I will let y'all do these digitally if you want to print them out and have them, like if you use PowerPoint to create it. But I'd like to see a rough draft possibly next week if you're wanting to do that, just to make sure that you understand the idea of the project and that everything will print out properly. Because you can set up an 11 by 17 page in PowerPoint, and some of y'all may have done similar things in your commercials class if you took that this summer. So if you're wanting to do it digitally rather than putting a physical board together, just talk to me, run it by me in class next week so that I can just verify that I'm sure you understand everything. So there's going to be 2 different boards you'll be turning in. The first one is the design concept, which is the second handout that's also posted right next to the one I just showed you. This is actually the instructions for your concept board and what I expect. There's 2 pages. It's all one file, but it shows you instructions. It tells you how you're going to identify, connect, and deconstruct that. And then here on this one is kind of a layout of how you can lay out your board for an 11 by 17. So when you submit your boards and you present them to the class, you're going to have 2 11 by 17 boards. The first one, the design concept, and then if we go back to this one, you'll see that there's materials and finished board. And if you go through it, it's got explicit instructions on what materials I want. Now, this video may be confusing or it might be helping you. So if you look in the week 2 folder again, on the bottom of that folder, you'll find a link to Facebook, which is going to show you some past boards that students turned in last semester for the Harbor House project. So you'll notice that you'll see a materials board and then you'll see a concept board. And I want you to look at those, and that'll help you when you're doing yours. Now, don't copy all the concepts. I want you to come up with your own and be unique, because this is your project that you're going to have to work on the remainder of the semester. So make sure that it's your ideas. But if you're having a problem coming up with a concept, just email me, call me, or come in during my office hours later this week or next week, because I don't want you to get behind. I want you to have fun with this project and start progressing. Now, obviously, we'll put off bubble flows and we'll start working on them in class next week after we make sure that everybody's clear on this assignment and that there's no questions. And then we were supposed to discuss Portland today. I noticed a lot of y'all have submitted your summaries for your Portland research, so I'll read those probably today or tomorrow to check in and see how those are going. So instead of having the class discussion in class, I'm just turning it into a discussion board assignment. So I'm going to add a discussion board link in a few minutes, so make sure that you click on that and that you talk to your classmates about what you found in your research so you can share that. Make sure to include any links, pictures that you find interesting that really helped you or you thought were unique about Portland. So, sorry this video is going on a little long, but if y'all have any questions, please, again, email me, call me. Don't wait till the last minute or coming in till next class to find out all this information and what you should be doing. I apologize for the short notice and canceling when I'm sick. I hope y'all have a great week and that y'all all enjoyed your Labor Day weekend, and I will see you next week. And most of y'all I should see tomorrow in Advanced CAD. So have a good day, guys.